Atlanta Braves, and we're going to play you a little video right now of a Braves reporter, and I want your take before I say anything.
Here up the Corona rooftop. Who do we got here? What's your name?
My name's Lauren.
Lawrence, all right.
And I'm Kayla.
Kayla, and you guys hang out at the rooftop lounge often?
Once a year I come out to visit.
Okay, well, we timed it pretty well. All right, good. How are you guys feeling about rooting for the Braves today?
Oof, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
What about you? Are you a Braves fan now?
Not quite.
Not quite. All right, I'm gonna go to work up here, guys. Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, Wiley. You got 4 innings to get the numbers.
I'm on it.
Get us some more Braves fans.
All right, so they want me to get your number.
They want you to get my number.
I'm dead serious. They're saying in my ear right now. She doesn't believe me because she thinks you guys are not. I'm making this up. Even if you guys weren't, I might use that in the future. That's actually a pretty good move.
This is unbelievable.
So the best part of this right now is that Wiley could totally be faking it. This might be the new move. Just walk around with a FanDuel microphone and an earpiece in and convince fans that they're actually on TV.
I should have thought of this years ago.
I am speechless.
All right, David, what are your immediate thoughts?
Okay. My immediate thought when I watched it was, oh, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Like when I'm watching, I'm like, don't do it. You're on TV. Your job, and it is a delicate line between too interactive, and like there's a delicate line. As I've watched it more, I'm gonna say this. There's a couple conversations about it.
Yeah.
One is there a double standard? We'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Two, this is the conversation I want. The reason I'm okay with this,
yes,
is it wasn't him just doing it. It wasn't him sitting there like, oh, hey girls, do you come here often? And then yada, yada, yada. I want to get your number, and just being that, and just being the creepy head on guy.
No,
they don't know a difference, but what the difference was, and this for me is a massive difference. The people in the studio, the other announcers were the ones egging him on, giving him like a challenge. Like, you need to get their numbers. This is like a challenge from us. That to me made it a fun, enjoyable broadcast, something that like put a smile on your face, enjoy. They kind of challenged it and said, go for it. They gave him the go ahead, and makes good TV, makes fun, interactive TV with a really crappy baseball team. So it's like, that to me is fun and fair and okay. And now I'm thinking double standard. Again, if a girl's up there and then does that with on her own, again, that's like, okay,
she's empowered.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it if it's just on your own. I don't like it either way. Your job is not to go pick up girls at a baseball game while you're working the baseball game. You're on TV. That is your job. If you can't figure it out in another way. But when if it was a girl and the other announcer's like, hey, I think that guy thinks you're cute, get his number. You're single. And like, okay, you see her like, hey, they're telling me to get your number. You're cute. Awesome. I actually think I would be applauding that and think that's fun. That's engaging. It's baseball. And then, so I'm seeing it on X nonstop where female reporters are saying, this is the double standard. This is a girl. This is boom, 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 boom. Again, the difference is if it's the studio, the other announcers telling you, get his number. You can tell there's chemistry here. Go for it. Then it's like, it's cool. And like, that's what it should be. That's the enjoyable part of all this. Like, put a damn smile on your face and think, you know what? They said go for it, and they went for it.
Okay, hold on a second. There we go. I just needed to get limbered up because I'm about to go on a rant. Okay, number one, this is television. This is entertainment. What they did was entertaining. You're talking about it. I'm talking about it. They're talking about it all over Twitter. They're talking about it all over baseball. So what did they do? They accomplished their goal. They entertained, first and foremost. Second, Wiley did nothing wrong, like you said. If they're telling him, oh, get the numbers, he's completing the bit, because that's what it is. It's a bit. It's entertainment. It's fun. Now, here's where I'm going to go off. Television, sports television, has always been to a certain extent about sexual sexuality, if you will. Have you ever seen the sideline reporters, the female sideline reporters? Are any of them ugly?
Generally, no. But
Okay.
it's like a salesman. Like you're there to look good as well as report the sports or whatever.
Exactly. The same thing as those girls that go into doctors' offices and convince them to buy the drugs that you're peddling, okay? They're all good looking. They all come from Arizona State somehow. I don't know how that works out. But regardless, okay, all of these women that have a problem with what happened, they're all good looking. And the only reason that they have their job is because they are good looking, and they're good looking for television.
That's
Tell me
it.
I'm wrong,
That's the rant. I
Tell
thought
me I'm
I
wrong. No, I'm
was
waiting for you to
prepared
go
for
on.
way worse.
Oh, I could go way worse, but because I don't want to name names and I don't want to talk specifics, but don't tell me. So you've got this guy, Wiley, getting a number for a bit that he was goaded into by the rest of the broadcasters, as opposed to all these female sideline reporters who are jock sniffers and end up marrying half of professional athletes. Am I wrong about that?
That's where I don't want it to go. And that's the thing about it.
You don't have to go. I'm going there.
That's a giant accusation across the female sports realm, and that's where the female sideline reporter is basically saying, "Screw you," because you guys give us this giant thing that you think we're always doing. Like, relationships happen. Falling in love with somebody happens. It's going to happen. But like you said, though, this is the best part. It's a bit. It's entertainment, and it was a bit. And when they sat there and said, you need to get their numbers, we'll give you whatever inning to get numbers, kind of like however they said it, just paraphrasing here.
Oh, you got 5 innings to get their numbers.
Yes, that immediately became a bit, and that became the joke. And there would be no difference if it was a female. Now, you might get a bunch of guys sitting out there, a bunch of chauvinistic assholes who sit out there and hate it. But I would be watching that going, that's a bit, and that's enjoyable, and that's fun. Again, it is a monster different just sitting there and hitting on the girl and doing it on your own, and then or a girl hitting on a guy and saying, here's my number, call me, on your own, versus the studio saying, get their number, go for it. You got 5 innings to get their number, and to see that interaction and to see the fun in it. And to me, that's the enjoyment. This should be. We shouldn't sit here and celebrate it, but at the same time, we sit here and entertainment, be entertained. Watching a sideline reporter hit on somebody isn't entertainment. Watching them, the awkwardness of the studio telling them to hit on the person, and he did it in a he did it in a classy way. He wasn't a creep. He wasn't a weirdo. And if anybody thinks he's a creep and weirdo about it, you've got other issues that you are dealing with. He did it fine. Said, hey, they're trying to get me your number. I got to do it for them. Do you mind? Yeah. That's actually perfect. And it's great. And you know what? You know what I want after this? This is what they should do. The Atlanta Braves, mark this right now, the Atlanta Braves need to follow them on their first date, put a camera with them, and follow them on their first date and see how the romance grows. You never know. What a hell of a story to start a relationship. And then what? If they end up getting married or having a serious relationship, this is it. That's a reality TV show that you literally watch happen in real reality. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and guess what? If they did end up getting married, all those female reporters who are bitching and moaning now, you know what their narrative would be? This is so romantic. We got to see the budding of this relationship on television. But because they weren't the center of attention for once, it's a problem. And it's a double standard.
I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just a matter of they just see it as a reporter hitting on a fan. And if a female did it, I would have a problem with it. If a male did it, I would have a problem with it. That to me is don't go there.
Yeah.
But when they say, all right, you got to get the number, let's go. To me, I'm also someone that sees the fun in that and sees the enjoyment in this. And I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. As long as you're single and not in a relationship, go when they're go. This is now the bit that we just changed it from interacting with fans to, dude, You got to get their number. Let's go.
Yeah.
That becomes the fun part in it. And anyone sees it otherwise, I think it's just like, I think you're just trying so hard to be angry that there would be a double standard there, even though there isn't a double standard there. And again, the studio changed the whole game by pushing it. If they didn't push it, I definitely 100% would say, dude, no, you can't do that on air.
It's the delivery too, because if Wiley was misogynistic and he's sitting there in the park and they say, Wiley, what's going on down there? Well, you're not going to believe it. We got a couple of hot broads over here. Let me see if I can take my shot and get one of their numbers. Completely different thing.
Gone, fired on the spot. I would be the first one saying, dude, done. Like, you can't do that. Sorry. Yeah, and if a girl did that, I would feel it too, but I guarantee you there'd be half the women out there going, yay, good for you.
Empowerment, yay, girl power.
But again, that's where it draws the difference is the studio's like, go for it. And he's like, okay, all right, girls, like they're telling me I gotta get your number.
Me, but they're in my ear right now telling me that I have to get your number. That is funny. It's
funny. Put a smile on your face and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's all it is.